Howdy guys and welcome back to the channel. Anatomy of a Fall is a new courtroom drama film centered around whether or not this mother/wife did or didn't kill her husband after he mysteriously hits his head and falls off their roof. This film won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival this year, and that is one of the most prestigious awards a movie could receive. And I've heard nothing but amazing things about this movie. It has a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I came in with high expectations but not really sure what I was gonna get. And man, I do not say this lightly, this is one of the best movies of the year. This movie really knows how to cut to the chase and get to the meat and potatoes of what we're here to see. In that first scene, we see the scenario where, we don't see the action, but we see, a couple of minutes before the husband's death happened, and then the aftermath whenever the son comes home and discovers him in their front yard. So right from the jump, this film is great at delivering a hook to the audience and getting you into the story. And I describe this film as a courtroom drama, but I would say for the first hour, it's kind of the build-up to the trial. You spend a lot of time with the woman here, played by Sandra Hüller, I think is how you say her name. Spend a lot of time with the woman, with her lawyer, with the police, with her son, and you start to see all the rumblings of what this trial is going to be about. All of the questions that are going to be asked. You, as an audience member, are wondering how did he get hit in the head? Did she hit him with something? Did he hit his head on his way down? You don't really know. But then, as soon as you get into the courtroom drama side of this, this is some of the best writing I've seen this entire year. It is so engaging. There are so many shots where they don't make a cut. The actor who plays the prosecuting attorney is incredible. I'm looking up his name now. It's Antoine Reinhardt, I think is how you say his name. Incredible job by him. He had to deliver long monologues kind of explaining why and how this woman killed her husband. But then you also have her lawyer in the movie, played by Swan Arlaud. I might be butchering all of these names right now, but he does an amazing job because you can tell as the viewer that he's not quite sure if his client did or didn't do it. He's not sure. But all of the scenes inside this courtroom are incredible. And whenever you're not in there, it is just as entertaining a movie because the entire time you can't get a read on this woman. You do not know whether or not she did it. This movie does an excellent job of laying out all the reasons why maybe she could have done it, how she could have done it, and all the reasons why this guy could have just jumped. It shows that it's not clear cut, it's not black and white. There's a lot of different things going on here. Certain things get revealed throughout the trial where it kind of takes you along the journey as if you were a jury member, and you're gonna react very viscerally to new evidence that comes to light, to things that certain witnesses say in the film. And it's just such a well-written movie. It's a well-directed movie where whenever you're in these scenes, at times it focuses in on a character and their reaction, specifically with the son. There's one scene when the prosecuting attorney is doing this long monologue. He and our main character's lawyer are going back and forth, and the camera just whips around this young boy and just his reaction and hearing what they're saying about his mom. It is such a well-made film. But even whenever we're not in the courtroom, this film is amazing at making you feel cold. It takes place, I guess, in the winter time in somewhere in France, but in a world where we're just given a bunch of CGI landscapes, it is so refreshing to get a real place with real people really reacting to the environment around them. Feels very cold and visceral, much like our main character. And I gotta say, Sandra Hüller, however you say her last name, she is incredible. This is legitimately the best performance from any actor, actress, whatever. This is the best performance I've seen this year. You cannot get a read on her, and that is really hard as the actress. It makes me wonder how the director spoke to her about how to act certain scenes, because you would believe that the actress doesn't know herself whether the woman's guilty or not, because she is just so cold. There are certain scenes in there where maybe she lets her guard down, but it's not enough for you to really get a sense of what's really going on up there. Because in this movie, there's really only one person that knows exactly what happened, and the actress doesn't give anything away. Because you can look at it from both sides. Either she's playing a woman who is innocent, but she still does certain things that make her look guilty, or she's playing a guilty woman who is trying to play innocent, but not being, too upfront about it, not being overly innocent. It's really, really impressive work. It makes me want to go back and look at her previous performances because, for me at least, she came out of nowhere. I have never seen her in anything before. And now she just bursts onto the scene with, the best performance of the year up to this point, in my opinion. Absolute spectacular direction by Justine Triet. Whenever I was looking back on this movie and how all the components come together to form this masterpiece, I'll just say this film's a masterpiece of a courtroom drama. I can't find a flaw with her direction. She knew exactly how long to linger on certain shots. She knew when to focus on a certain character rather than the people speaking. She knew how to create tension in this movie. That's the thing. This is a really tense movie because you do not know if this woman's a murderer or not. And the way this film ends, I'm not going to get into spoilers, but absolutely amazing. She found a way to end this film in a satisfying way, even though it may not be satisfying for some of the characters. I'll leave it at that. This is technically a French film, but there's just as much English in it as there is French. But if you're someone who doesn't really like subtitles in their movie, tries to avoid foreign films, I implore you, do not let that keep you from watching this. It is such a great, tense drama. You're going to be keeping yourself from watching an amazing performance by the lead actress as well as the rest of the supporting cast. I didn't mention the kid. The kid is really good in this too. What's his name? Milo Machado Grainer. He's amazing in it. But anyway, back on track. This is technically a French film. Don't let that keep you from watching this. It's amazing. This may not end up being my favorite movie of the year. Right now, it's still Oppenheimer for me. But this is right up there, y'all. This is one of the best written films I've seen in the last several years. Definitely the best written film this year. Anatomy of a Fall is absolutely amazing. Watch it. But that's everything that I have to say about Anatomy of a Fall. Have you seen it? Let me know what you thought of it down in the comments. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.